Hello friends, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and today we'll do a review of the camera on the Gionee Elife E7 Mini. So the E7 Mini was announced along with the flagship phone of E7, and one of the interesting aspects of this phone was that it came with a rotating camera. This rotating camera is very similar to what we have on the Oppo N1, its flagship phone. So now Gionee has also included this rotating camera on the E7 Mini. So you can see here, this is the rotating camera, and it does not have a front facing camera. Instead, what it does is it has a rotating mechanism wherein you can rotate the camera and make it the front facing camera, and rotate it back if you want to use the rear camera. So that's single camera. This camera has a 13 megapixel unit, and it also comes with a LED flash. So that's a pretty high-end camera when it comes to the specs. Now let's have a quick look at the camera UI and also how it fares in different lighting conditions. So you can switch to front facing camera by just rotating it, and the camera will automatically switch to front facing mode, and when you rotate it back, it will switch to rear camera. So now let's go ahead and see the interface on this camera. So if you had tried out the Gionee Elife E7 or the S5.5, you might have noticed the UI of these phones, the camera phones. Now what Gionee has done is that E7 Mini has a quite different UI when compared to the flagship phones of E7 and S5.5. So one of the issues with S5.5 and the E7's camera interface was that it blocked the viewfinder completely, and you couldn't see the changes what you make on the settings directly on the viewfinder. But here we have a different kind of mechanism where you can have a complete control of your settings. So you can see here there's an icon on the left side, bottom left side, and when you click this, you have the list of options popping up. So this you have quite a lot of options here. So you can see here the capture mode. First up, you have the capture mode, that is the normal touch shot. You can take photos by touching on the screen, that's the touch shots. Then you have gesture shots, smile shots. So these are the options for capturing the photos. So you can select whatever is best for you. Then you have the white balance option. So you can switch to different modes, so that is incandescent, daylight, fluorescent, or cloudy mode. Then you have other options as well. So these options, when you switch, you can see that you can see in the viewfinder how the viewfinder changes with the white balance. So that's one important aspect when you see the E7 Mini's camera. The E7 and the S5.5 did have an option, but you couldn't see directly on the viewfinder. You have to go back and then see it again. Now apart from that, you also have this phone booth, which you can select different you can add some overlay onto the photos. That is option is there, so you can select whatever overlay you want on the photos. That's pretty like a funky type of options. Now in the capture mode, you can see that there's normal, panorama, eraser, best face, face beauty, best shot, and EV bracket shot. So there are quite a lot of capture modes available on this camera, and you can choose between whichever you want. Apart from that, you also have this color effect, which is again handy if you want to take shots in with different colors. You have the normal set of options like negative, aqua, whiteboard, mono, sepia, etc. Then if you go to settings, again there are quite a lot of options in the settings. You have the HDR mode, swinging booth, switch the phone booth, that option is there. Then you have the sound option, face detection is again available here. The store location, scene mode, you can select the scene mode from here. Auto, night, party mode, portrait, landscape, and night portrait. There are quite a lot of options available. You can see here the list of options are pretty much high. Then you have the continuous shot option. You can take continuous shots up to 99 shots or 40 shots or 20 shots based on whatever value you select. So that's again another option. Then you have the exposure values, so you can select the exposure from here. There's also self timer. Then you have the normal set of options like saturation, brightness, contrast, and then the picture size. You can select from QVGA goes up to 13 megapixel. That's a full option. Then again the ISO goes from auto to 1600. Then anti-flicker, then volume keys shot. So volume keys shot, you can, what it does is, if you press the volume keys, it will take the shot. So that's option available. Then you can switch the flash from the right side on screen. You can select the flash. So if you want auto flash or switch off the flash. So the flash mode is available only for the rear camera. If you switch on the camera to the front facing mode, the flash goes off. So flash is available only for the rear camera. And you also have the option to switch to video camera from here. So if you slide from video camera, you have a different set of settings here. So one is the white balance. White balance, you can select it from here. Then you have the color effects and the set of options like video quality. We can select from 1080, 720, medium and low resolution. Then image stabilization is there, you can turn it on. Then exposure values, scene modes, video duration, you can select unlimited, or you want to restrict the video to certain minutes, you can do it from here. Then you have the microphone, you can turn it on or off. Then the sharpness, hue, brightness, contrast ratios, anti-flicker, audio mode. So quite a lot of options when compared to the normal camera phones. You have there are lots of settings. So in the settings front, this is really a great camera. So you have quite a lot of control on the camera, starting from the videos or the photos. So even then, even you have the HDR, panorama, and also all the most of the settings you need. And there's also touch to focus. Now the central button takes the camera or starts the video recording. Now you can also switch to the gallery mode from here. So this is the gallery mode, you can view the photos. So now let's have a quick look at the photos. We already have uploaded the camera samples video, so you can check out that video for detailed camera samples. So we will not show the full samples here, so instead you can check out that video. So these are some of the shots. So you can see the clarity of the shots is really good. The colors are really well maintained, and it's more or less like the real colors. So in that aspect, the photos are pretty good. We also tested with on this computer and found it's really good. The colors are well made. So the macro shots have got in a lot of detail, and this is an we'll show you an HDR shot. So this is an HDR shot. So the details are pretty much okay. So but the contrast ratio on the HDR isn't that good, but overall it's pretty okay. Then you have another shot of the macro shots. So again, the colors have come really good. So this is another shot. So this is the green shot of leaves, and again you can see the colors have come really well. The contrast ratios are again good. Now when it comes to so the daylight shots are pretty much good, and we wouldn't say this is an excellent camera, although E7 has a better camera than this, but this is still a really good camera in the less than 20k price range. We also tested the Canvas Night, which also has a 16 megapixel camera when compared to the E7, so you can check out that review as well. Now you can see, we'll just have a look at the night shot. So this shot is taken in almost complete darkness and used flash. So it has come pretty decent. I would say this is not a bad shot because it's completely dark and taken using the flash, but the colors are in that great when it comes to flash. And you can see another shot. So this is again taken during low light, and you can see there's a lot of noise included in this. So the low light photos are not the strength of the E7. So this is again taken during sunset. So you can see that colors are pretty okay, but not that great. Again, there's a lot of noise included when you go to low light photos. This is again taken with a flash. Here it's come pretty decent, although not the best. The colors are totally gone out because of the flash has high intensity and taken the macro. Again, here you can see we had showed this picture previously. Now when I take the same shot during low light, the colors are again totally gone out of sync, and the colors are not real. So low light photography is in the strength of E7 Mini, but the daylight shots have really good exposure values as well as the colors. So that's the quick review of the E7 Mini, and the camera, the video sample taken with this camera is pretty decent. We would say it has pretty good detailing and pretty much okay kind of video sample. So we'll just show you that sample. So this is the sample taken in the daylight, and it's come pretty decent, and you can touch to zoom, or touch to focus different areas even while recording. So that's a pretty good feature available on this phone. So overall this phone has good strength in the form of good daylight shots and pretty good color reproduction. But when it comes to low light photography or even dark photography without light, so there the camera has big time issues in the form of exposure is not right, and the flash gives a different color to altogether different color to objects. So colors are not that great on the low light photography. So overall, for a price range of around 16 to 17k where this phone is priced, this camera is really good. Except for the night photography, the daylight shots are pretty good, and it's really worth the price if you're looking for a camera smartphone in the 16,000 price range. So that's the review of the Gionee Elife E7 Mini based on the camera performance. If you have any specific queries, drop a comment and we'll be glad to help you out with your queries. If you like this video, do hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates, and thanks for watching this video.